Hello, welcome. My name is Tina, and welcome to this Monday morning restorative practice. As I mentioned in the chats, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chats. I do have some cats around here. I might have to guide them away from the mat. So today we're going to go into some. Hi, Marianne. I'm going to go into. Come on, cats. They're hiding. I'm going to go into a few simple restorative poses, and they're meant to really reset your parasympathetic nervous system. We spend a lot of time, even right as we wake up, it's time to go, go, go. And we need to train ourselves to know that it's safe and to be present in each moment, and restorative practice really helps with that. I found this poem, well, not really a poem, but this statement today from Franz Kafka. It says, "You do not need to leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait and be quite still and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet." I thought that was kind of an interesting way to look at things. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you do not have the props I do, you can kind of work with what you do have. For this first pose, you can have your bolster supported by a few blocks, if you have them, or books, and maybe another blanket to support your head. I have a blanket over my mat to make it as comfy as possible. And that's really the goal, is to get as comfortable as possible. So again, if you have any questions about how to set up anything, feel free to ask in the chat. So for this first pose, child's pose, you can bring your knees to the outside of your mat. If you're using a bolster, it can be in between your knees, your toes coming together behind you. I like to support my behind my knees with another blanket, maybe rolled up, because that tends to get a little intense sometimes. That's one thing you can do. And we won't be in this pose for too terribly long, maybe about 5 minutes. So bring yourself forward, find a comfortable way to lie. Oops. Find a comfortable way to lie forward onto your bolster. Maybe bringing the blanket underneath your ear. And I'll let you know about halfway if you'd like to turn your head the other way. Or if it's available for you, maybe turn your head the opposite direction, whichever feels best for you, sorry. And just start to come in contact with your breath. Maybe even close your eyes. And just start to release and let go, and I'll watch the time. If you'd like to turn your head the other direction, we're about halfway through this pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Gently take your hands to either side of your bolster, if you're using one, and press yourself up slowly. Take a moment here. Make your way over to your seat and bring your seat up against the bolster. And take your feet out in front of you in a bound angle, so your bottoms of your feet are touching, your knees are out to the side. You can support your knees here with blocks or blankets or pillows, or if you have a blanket like this, you can roll it up into a big burrito and place it on the top of your feet, and then curl the ends underneath your knees. And then make your way onto your back, onto your bolster if you're using it, and support your head. Your neck should be somewhat neutral, just gazing up. Roll your shoulders back and let your arms drip down. If you have something else to support your elbows, that's great. Otherwise, just allow yourself to start to rest here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take your hands to the outside of your thighs and bring your knees up to point toward the ceiling, moving slowly. And then as you're ready, maybe rolling both knees over to one side and pressing yourself up. Turn toward your bolster, and if you have it supported, you can remove your blocks and lower your bolster or pillow down to the ground. And take your left hip right up against the bolster. You can bring your right knee on top. I like to have a blanket in between my knees to even out my hips. And then turn your chest toward your bolster and lower yourself down. You can have your head turned toward your knees, or for a more intense twist, if it's available for you, turn your head the opposite direction. Feeling free to change it as your body sees fit. And relax. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to either side of your bolster if you're using it and start to press yourself up. Turn your back toward your bolster and bringing your knees over to the other side, setting yourself up. Right hip next to the bolster. Maybe you have a blanket between your knees. Turn your chest toward the bolster, and your nose can be pointed in the same direction as your knees or the other direction for a more intense twist. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Gently start to press yourself up. Turning on to your seat. Take a moment here. For this next pose, if you have a bolster, we're going to do a supported bridge pose. You can put it crossways on the middle of your mat. If you do not have a bolster or would rather not have your hips that high, you can also have a folded blanket underneath your hips. So to show you on the bolster, take your seat up to the bolster. You'll have your feet planted and your knees pointed up toward the sky. And then gently lower yourself down to the ground so your shoulders are reaching the ground. You may need to adjust the bolster or your blankets. And allow yourself to relax in this pose. You can have your knees straight up with your feet down, or maybe bringing your knees together if that's available to you. You can stay here with your feet on the ground and your knees pointed up. Or for the last few minutes of this pose, if you want to bend your knees in towards your chest, and then maybe raise your feet up toward the sky, your knees slightly bent so that your abs aren't working, for a few minutes of upside down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. If your legs are up, gently bring your feet back down to the earth. And then press into your feet to raise your hips and remove any props. If you have high props, you don't need to do that for the blanket. And then lower your feet, lower your hips. Sway your knees from side to side. And from here, we're going to come into our final pose, which is Shavasana. So I'd like to invite you to take a very comfortable pose. Maybe you'd like to have that bolster underneath your knees. Your arms reached out to the side. Palms up or down. Maybe your head supported. Maybe you cover yourself with a blanket to keep yourself warm. Or place a blanket on your midsection. Take this time to really get comfortable, and I'll watch the time. Begin to lengthen out your breath. Touch each fingertip to your thumb, noticing an increased awareness of a quiet mind. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Roll your head from side to side, bringing movement back into your body and bringing your mind back into this space with us together. As you're ready, bend your knees in towards your chest and roll over to one side, using your lower arm as a pillow. For a last moment of quiet and stillness, to thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for allowing yourself to be present and relaxed, and to know that time at rest is never wasted. As you're ready, you can take your top arm and press your hand into the ground and rise yourself up into a seated position. Hands, heart, center. Bowing toward your fingertips. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, let it go. And again, inhale. Exhale. And on this last one, as you inhale, reach your arms out and up. Lower your hands, heart, center. It was truly an honor to guide you through this restorative practice today. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful week. Namaste. Thank you so much. 100 meditators here, it says. That is wonderful. I'm so honored to be able to guide you through this restorative practice. I feel it is so important, and that is why this week I am donating classes to teachers who are finishing up their school year here in my area. And so for every 20 US dollars I get donations, I will be supporting my local teachers by offering a free restorative class for them to release and relax after a stressful school year. So if you are so moved, please feel free to donate. Thank you, Megan, so much for your donation. And also, for every donation that I receive, I do add another class. So if you have a type of class that you would like your donation to go toward, feel free to add that in the chat as well. If you would like more restorative like this, I also offer a yin class, which is more of a deep stretching. Also, yin and restorative. I like to do the combination of both in an hour-long class. And I also offer standard vinyasa and hatha flow classes. And my cat is usually here with me, at least one of them. I have 3. This one is Finn, and he likes to get into everything. Buddha was here at the beginning of class, and he's an older cat. We had to get him a little bit of a haircut because he was having trouble cleaning his fur by himself because he's getting close to 20 years old now. So that is old for a cat. So I see a lot of you are still here. I I hope that you are still relaxed and feel restored and renewed for the rest of the week. Say hi. Meow meow. And if anybody has any questions or anything you'd like to share in the chat, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, I know that I do have a flow class scheduled for Friday this week. And if I do have at least one more class I will be adding. So today is Monday, so it may not be on Wednesday, but maybe Thursday. So Thursday I might be able to add another one, depending on what kind of donations I get and what kind of week I have. I've had some family things going on, so I may have to be dealing with that, but that is life. Oh, I see somebody else's cat on the profile picture. That's cool. I don't know if you can see the fur. It's floating up in the air. Oh, that's funny. Okay. It's getting warm outside here in Texas. Well, I want to be respectful of your time. We're 4 minutes after the hour now, and I do have to go and give a yoga class, so in person. So I will be leaving my space here to do that. And I hope to see all of you again. And thank you so much for coming. Bye. Oh, and thank you. It may be Megan. I may be pronouncing it wrong. So thank you, Megan or Megan. And I accept donations at any time. Thank you.